Hello. This is Els coming from Bemis Crafty Corner, and today I have this little project, and this was actually inspired by a folio, a little pocket thing that I saw over on Camellia Craft Designs. I'll put a link in the description box below. And hers was different than this one, and it had like one more pocket than this one does, okay? Because this one has 6 pockets. So let's take a look. So you open this up and you have one here. This is one pocket here. Then you have another pocket, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if you wanted the 7th pocket, you could just put one on the back. But this is all made out of one sheet and a small scrap of cardstock, okay? And I did add this. I thought this was kind of different. This is, like a thumb notch, like we'd normally put it in the pocket, but I put it up here, to open this up, just to grab it. And I just thought it added a little bit of a look to it. And her original one had like this flap on both sides, and then you had to put a string around it to close it. And I decided I would just use a little piece of Velcro, and the way that I have this folded, everything folds inside and the Velcro just comes over and holds it all together. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and I will be right back with a supply list. Alright, let's look at some supplies. Sticky dots, you don't need to use these, you can use whatever you want. I think the Velcro works pretty good on this. So I'm going to use some sticky dots, my paper trimmer, my scoreboard, scoring tools, a pair of scissors. I'm going to have a pen or pencil so I can make a mark, ink and a dauber, a ruler, something to cut, my little finger nips if I want those. And then I'm going to have a full sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock, double-sided, and just a little scrap that, matches. All right? So that's all of it. I'm going to get everything out of the way, and I will be right back, and we're going to kind of get started on this one, okay? Pretty simple. It's just a few score lines and some cutting, but I think you'll be okay with this one. I'll be right back. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of this, and we are going to check this paper to see if it's appropriate for the project. Okay? So let me explain that. Just move this off for a second. So this cardstock is the same as the sheet. So to check it, to see if it's going to crack in your project, just take this piece, score it, and then fold it. Okay? Go over it with your bone folder. Really give it a workout, and then feel it. See if it's cracking. If it's not cracking, then this is going to be a good piece of paper to do this with, okay? Let me show you. This, by the way, this is Kane Company. This is Webster's Pages, and I'm just going to put a score line on here. Right off the bat, I can hear this like crunching. That's an indicator. And then I'm going to fold it in half on my score line and go over it with my bone folder. And when I open it up, I can see it's already starting to crack. Okay? So that's just a way to check your paper to make sure that it's going to be appropriate for a project of this type. All right? All right. So I've removed the little band at the top, and it is time to score. So I'm going to get my scoring tool out. I'm going to score the first one at 4 1/8. That is 1 mark past the 4. And then 8 1/4, which is 2 marks past the 8. And then I'm going to turn this 1 turn to the right. Okay? That puts the smaller part at the bottom. That's where we want it to be. And then we're going to score again at 3 1/2. And 9. Okay, so that's it for scoring. Now we're going to fold. If you have a valley, you're going to turn it into a hill. Okay? So we're going to fold there, here, here, and here. You should have 9 uneven rectangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The smaller, shorter one should be on your right, and the shorter one should be on the bottom. Okay? So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these out. These bottom score lines, we're just going to take them out. So we're going to cut up to where the flap would be. And we're just going to remove that score line. We're going to do that on both of these. Okay. And then the small side, we're going to remove this one. So when you're looking at it and you have your pockets down here, you're going to remove this score line here. Okay? And again, you're only going to the other score line, to the flap, okay? And then we'll get rid of that. Gone. All right. Now on the opposite side, so you have these 3 flaps that fold up, you have this flap that folds over. Take this square out. Just get rid of it. Take it off. Don't lose it, because we're going to use it, but just cut it off. And I'm just going to straighten this line up a little bit. Okay. So now you should have a piece that looks like this. You got a flap here, a flap here, a flap here, a flap here, and then you have some folds. Kind of looks like a weird box, okay? And then 1 extra scrap. All right, so then you're going to cut the remaining score line off of your your extra piece and put it to the side, okay? I cannot cut a straight line to save my butt today. There we go. Okay. All right. Set that to the side. So now you're going to have a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, and this one on the left, I want you to fold the opposite direction. Okay? And go ahead and burnish that. So you have 2 pockets, 1 pocket, and then a pocket over here. Okay? Now, we're going to create a couple of other things. Let me get rid of this because there's a little bit of a score line here. So let me get that trimmed. All right, so now we have a few things we have to do. Okay, so this side, these are both 4 inches. So what I do is I take my ruler, and I'm just going to set my ruler on here, and I'm going to put a mark with my pen or pencil at 2 inches. There. There. Then I'm going to measure this one. 3 3/4. 3 1/2. So 1 3/4. I'm going to put a little mark. And over on this one is 3 5/8. So I'm going to go at about 1 3/4 here. Should be pretty close to center. Okay. And then this piece, which is going to go right here. It's going to create this pocket. I'm going to trim this down. I'm going to measure it, trim it down, and then mark the center of this as well. So let's measure this. So 3 5/8, which is what we're going to cut this down to. And I like my pockets to be about 2.5 inches deep. Okay. And again, I'm going to put a small mark on here at about 1 3/4. And then we're going to do this one over here. And I'm thinking this is 4 inches. So I'm thinking like 2 3/4 by 4. So I'm going to cut this down to 2 3/4 by 4. And then I'm just going to cut, you know, a random slash. Doesn't have to be perfect. And this is going to fit right here. Okay? So now, where I put those little marks, we're going to cut out our finger pulls. And you don't have to put these in. They're strictly for aesthetics. But I like the look of them, so I will put them in. And all I'm doing is using that line to determine where these are going to go. That little mark. It's about the center. Okay. So I have one on this pocket, this pocket, this pocket, this pocket, and we need to put one on this pocket, okay? Again, I'm just using the dot to kind of line it up, deciding what I want my depth to be, and popping that out, okay? All right, so now I'm going to ink. I'm going to ink both of these pieces. I'm going to ink outside down, both of these inside and out, tops of these pockets, sides of these pockets, the sides here, all of these fold lines. All right. So you go ink, I'll go ink. I'll come back. I'm going to show you where the ink needs to be, and we can determine if we've got everything done. And then we're going to move on to assembling. All right. So go ahead and ink everything, and I will be right back. All right, so we're all inked up. We didn't ink here because we don't have to. We didn't ink here because we didn't have to. We have ink here, 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 over here, here. You get the idea. There's ink everywhere, okay? If you see it, ink it. All right, so we're going to get started assembling here. So the first thing we're going to do is glue down some pockets. Now, you want to make sure that when you fold this up that you've got clearance. So check that first. Okay. Then we're going to put some glue. You're going to glue down this pocket. Do 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 do. And this pocket. And that's why we cut out these score lines, because we just wanted to create a little bit of an ease here. There. There. Okay. That allows this to fold. Okay. Then we're going to do this pocket up here. Then we're going to turn the whole thing over. We're going to do this pocket. Excuse me. Do this pocket over here. And then this little pocket is going to go right here. Then we're going to turn it back over one more time, and we're going to put this pocket in the corner. All right, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets. And this is going to come down, okay? So we want to get this. It's a little wonky. I'm just going to use my bone folder there. Make sure that I get it nice and straight. All right. So this overlaps this by very little. Watch, I'm going to put my finger here. Watch, I'll put my bone folder right there. That's your overlap. It's about a 1/2 inch. So if you want to extend that, a way to do that is to add an extra piece. So I have this little piece of cardstock left over. So I'm just going to cut a tab. And if you don't have this, that's, you can just fold a piece of paper in half. I'm going to fold this. I'm going to give it a little bit of ink. Both sides, because both sides are going to show. And then I'm going to put this on the end here, on the edge. And you can measure to find your midpoint, but I'm just going to eyeball this. Okay, and then I'm going to take one of my little dots, I'm going to take the backing off of one side, I'm going to put it on here. Take the backing off the other side. Fold it down. Hold it for just a few seconds here to let it adhere. These are pretty sticky, but you know, you still want to reinforce this a little bit. So now I have this where I could put, I have a pocket here, I have a pocket here. Open it up, I have a pocket here and here. Open it again, I have a pocket here and here. Okay? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets, my flap, and I can make some tags to put in here. Now, I'm not going to make the tags for you because we all know how to make a tag, and so why should we sit here and do that again? But you can put tags in them, you can put journaling cards in it, whatever you want to do. And if you want to sew this in your journal, that's easy enough to do. You can sew it right here on this seam into your journal, and you'll still be able to open this and open this. Now, on the original one, I did do this little finger nip up here. So if you want to do that, I'm going to show you real quick how to do it. It's just a circle. So this is a 1 1/4 inch circle, and all I did was came in at an angle here, like I was putting this into a corner chomper. I got to where the point was in the center, popped it off. I moved it. There we go. And then just ink it up. And it just makes, you know, gives you that little grab right there. So that's it. That's today's project. Listen, if you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends. Your friends can be my friends can be your friends, our friends can get to be friends, and before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. I go live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11, 12, and 1 across the country. And I post videos on Mondays and Wednesdays. In 2022, I have 2 things going on. One is my 12 of 22 journal challenge. That information for that is in the description box below. Just follow the link. And I also have my free classes of 2022 coming out. Those are free beginners classes in several different things, mostly about journals, how to make a journal, how to build a signature, how to upcycle a book, how to rebuild a little golden book. They're very basic, very easy to do. So if you've never done a journal before, or you just want to see about refreshing your skills, come on out and join us. Make sure that you ring that bell and that you mark it for all so that you get notifications for that. Until the next time, stay safe. Bye.